Everybody. Okay. How often do you check it? Once a day? Twice a day?
Twice a day.
Twice a day?
Does
Twice a day?
anybody do it more than twice a day? Mike.
Mike does.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm more like
That's
Once a week? Okay. Well, funny conversation this morning. I was really excited and telling my mom that I got to present at Smart Group. And I was telling her that I was presenting about Twitter. And she said, well, are you just going to stand up there and chirp like a little bird? And I said, no, that's not. But then I got to thinking that, well, that kind of is Twitter. It's a little bunch of little birds talking all the time. And so that got me thinking of Twitter. It is about engagement and talking to people and communicating. So if you're not doing that, it's not going to work. Because people who are on Twitter, it's really fast paced. You have to be paying attention all the time. But they want to communicate with people. So with that, some recent stats from socialmediaexaminer.com. Can everybody see? So there's over 465 million accounts worldwide, 175 million tweets daily. I don't know if you can see my little chart here. It says 107.7 million accounts for just the United States. Basically, that calculates to about 20% of Americans who use the web are also using Twitter. And then about 8% of them are active every day on Twitter. That's a lot of people on Twitter. So, okay, so when you log in, twitter.com, for those of you who aren't quite familiar with it, you set up your profile. This is the first page that comes up, okay? And over here, let's see, I have little arrows. Okay, so you have your name, number of followers, number of tweets that you put out. Some of this is going to be a little basic for you guys, but I'll go through it quickly. You kind of want your followings and your followers' numbers to be really close together. You don't want to be one of those people who has 5 that you're following and thousands of followers, because then you're not communicating properly. So it's a balancing act.
Well, I can help it. I have so many followers. I don't know what to do.
We're not all as popular as Sharif.
When people try to follow me, I can't do it. I'm just kidding.
Well, you'll see a lot of big brand names that have like 5 that they're following, and then they have thousands of followers. So you know that they're not communicating with you. You know, they don't care. They just want to get their message out there, which is great. And there's actually a few blogs that I actually follow like that, because they provide great content, great resources. So those are just things to kind of keep in mind when you're looking to grow your audience and grow your ripple effect, essentially. Okay, so profile page. It's my little picture there. One thing when looking for followers and following, if they have the little egg picture here, don't follow them. And if they have little, like just little random information there and doesn't really mean anything to you, don't follow them either. Chances are they're spammers or bots or things. You want to engage with people who have something to offer you, and vice versa. So those are just little things to keep in mind. Where your tweets, everything you've done recently will show up there. And this will show you recommendations here as far as who you can connect with. So Twitter offers a lot of opportunities for that. Am I talking too fast because I'm a little... Okay.
I just did want to ask one question. Is there anybody
Yes.
that doesn't have a Twitter account set up at all?
1, 2, 3, 4.
Okay, so
I'm going to go to twitter.com in a second, and then...
what we'll do too is, if you haven't set one up, afterwards I can go over that with you.
Yeah.
And then we have step-by-step directions on how to set your account up.
Yes.
Can you have some, if somebody's following you that you don't want them to, can you get rid of them?
You can block them. Yeah.
Block them?
Yeah. So I'll show you how to do that too.
Okay.
Yeah. Quickly. I think we actually have a bit of time today because I didn't plan a huge presentation, so more questions is better. Okay. So one thing Twitter has changed since I originally started was there's now this new connect option here. This shows all the recent interactions, which means people who followed you, people who've retweeted you, and vice versa, things like that. And then it'll also have an option for mentions. So if you've been mentioned in anything, you can keep track of it all here too. One thing that I like about that is it used to be you'd get mentioned and you get lost in your constant feed. So you can go back and see that now. And then also more recommendations on who to follow and things like that. Okay. Then you have the Discover option up here. And this is fun. I've been playing with this all week. So this shows you recent articles that your followers have interacted with, things that they have found relevant and interesting and they've tweeted about or that they've posted. And so it's a really great conversation piece, so you can see what people are interacting with and you can comment on it, share it with others. Over here it also shows you different activities, who to follow, and these are all little click buttons as well, so it expands to this side here for you to research a bit more as well. And then we have trends. So this is everything that all of Twitter is talking about right now. It's most relevant and interesting, like Aaron Rodgers down here. He's the quarterback for the Green Bay Packers, so he's gorgeous. So anyways, so that's just something that everybody's talking about now because football season's starting up again, so obviously he's being talked about. And here, who to follow, we'll go through some of that too. But any questions right now? Yeah.
Can I just give an example of
Yes.
how I use trends? So if I know something's happening in the world and I want up to date information about it, I can go. Usually, I can see if it's usually a trend already, and so then I can click on that and I can see all the most recent tweets. Or I can go up to the top and do a search, like for Virginia earthquake. Everybody's heard me give that example because the earthquake was right where my family was living, and saw okay, it just went off, and this is what happened in the building, and so it really. You see the value of Twitter as the most up-to-date news.
I think like daily, even more so than like CNN or something like that.
Yeah.
More so than CNN. A lot of times CNN will, maybe you can give an example of CNN actually putting a tweet up on the screen.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because it's right from the source of where it happened. They can't get people there fast enough to cover the news.
They're actually, in most cases, about half to three-quarters a day behind Twitter if it's in the States.
Mm-hmm.
So when we had the shooting here, there were multiple tweets going on live, and they were sourcing that information from people on the ground at the site, and that was, if you watched, the accurate information that was going out, not what was being reported on the news.
Yeah. I find out things happening on Twitter before the rest of the media knows. So, and I like the source better too. It's a little less bias, so that makes it interesting too. Okay. Let's see. We'll just go to twitter.com now.
The different topics here, like in Facebook, how you can pull different things you want to read later and you can stick them in your Evernote. Can you do that with the Twitter stuff too?
You can click on the links and copy and like save the links to your Evernote that way. Definitely.
Not just drag and drop like Facebook.
Did it open?
Something that should have talked about before.
I love Evernote. For anybody who doesn't use it, you really should. It's free. It's amazing. Keeps track of everything.
It's one of those things you can't figure out how you live without before.
Right.
Yeah.
And especially for business owners, because for me personally, I have so many other things going on. So it's perfect for clients. If I'm out and about and I'm having a conversation, I can just save my notes right there on my cell phone and then go back to my computer later. But we're not talking about that right now. Okay.
I think we have a number of Evernote.
We have a presentation on the website on Evernote that Sharif did.
Okay, so twitter.com normally doesn't look like this, but I think that's my password. Nope. Is your keyboard not working? It's not a user error. There we go. Okay. Not right now. All right, so we logged in here. Okay. Do I need to go over anything else?